Cause I'm on another level. I'm bringing things to life like I'm Geppetto, like I'm Geppetto, like I'm Geppetto, pedo, pedo, pedo.
Pulling strings like Geppetto.
What's up, you guys? Man, look, I know, you guys are like, where the hell Geppetto's been? I've seen your messages, I've gotten some of your emails. I want to apologize. It's been a lot going on. We've been in a panoramic. Listen, but I'm back. I know I always promise this, but I'm trying my hardest to do 2 to 3 videos a week. I think I'm in a good place now that I could deliver that to you, but one of the videos that continuously gets a lot of views and a lot of comments and messages about is living in Atlanta. I still currently live in Georgia. I'm pretty much bi-coastal at this point, but I'm going to give you guys the cons of living in Atlanta. I think a lot of people get caught up moving to Georgia and thinking that, oh, they're gonna just move here and everything is gonna be gravy. But I'm gonna keep it real with you and tell you the bad points about living in Georgia. Check it out. Okay, so the number one reason why I wouldn't suggest moving to Georgia is, man, the rent. Rent is ridiculously high right now. So if you've been following me for a while, you would know that my old apartment, which I did a tour from, it was 2 bedrooms, 2 baths for $1,000. It wasn't even $1,000, and this was what, like 3-4 years ago. It was more like $940, but with water and like trash and sewage, it came up to $1,000. I had 2, I'm gonna link it in the description or put a link up here in the video. But I had 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and it was $1,000. Now in Georgia, you cannot find an apartment for less than $1,000. I'm talking about a 1 bedroom. A couple of years ago, you could have got you a 1 bedroom for maybe $600-700 in a nice neighborhood, and then as you know, you get more bedrooms that increase. I currently live in a 1 bedroom, 1 bath that's half of the size of my old apartment, and I pay $1,200. So compared to a few years ago where I had 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, big kitchen, big living room, to now I have a smaller bedroom. It's a 1 bedroom, a smaller bathroom, and I pay $1,200. The only good thing about this complex is that it has 24-hour security and a 24-hour gym, and it has different amenities, but still I'm paying way too much money for this 1 bedroom apartment. So if you get a 1 bedroom that's under $1,000, more than likely you will be in the hood, or you're like off the way in some, like the outskirts of Atlanta. So the rent is ridiculously high. Number 2, the crime is bad. Man, when I tell you, looking at the news now is kind of depressing, because every news report is like shooting, murder, carjacking, assault. It's just like boom, 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 every single day. And the break-in situation is so real here. Like in certain parts of this city in Atlanta, if you park in the wrong place for like 5 minutes, your car can get jacked. Several people's cars have been broken into. I've experienced someone breaking into my apartment years ago when I wasn't there, and then I also experienced somebody breaking into one of my storage units some years ago. It's like some people's full-time job just to steal and scam, which absolutely sucks. So like the crime is really bad out here. I'm hoping it's gonna get better. I can't really, say, but yeah, the crime is really bad. So if you're thinking that moving to Georgia is gonna be a walk in the park, it's not. You're gonna have to be on point at all times. Okay, number 3, racism. So people always talk about how Atlanta is like a black city, but I keep saying this all the time. Georgia is still very much a segregated state, with the state turning blue. That was cute, but nothing has really changed. It's still very segregated. You still have a lot of racist people who still have that old Southern Jim Crow type mentality. It infiltrates itself everywhere from jobs, nightlife, where people live. It's still very much like segregated. So while it's gotten better, you still have to be on point. You will see a lot of people still who have their MAGA flags and Trump signs and all these stuff, and they just don't want people of color around them. And it's very apparent, especially in some of the like more off the cut counties. There's still a lot of racism in Georgia. So please, while there is a good amount of black people here, don't get it twisted. In Atlanta, don't get it twisted. Georgia is still very much a racist and segregated state. So be aware of that. Number 4, the job market sucks. And from my understanding, Georgia has one of the highest, I think, percentages of college educated people. So a lot of these companies are moving to Georgia because it's just they have the pick of the litter. I know, so I'm college educated, and I know people who have bachelor's and master's degrees who can't find jobs. It's like really ridiculous at this point. So much people I know have been applying everywhere, and then some of these jobs will literally try to play you. I had a job, I had an interview where this one job came to me and they wanted me to be like an executive assistant. It was so many different tasks I had to do. I had to do this, I had to do that. It was so many. I applied, they asked me my rate of pay. I think I put like starting like $20 an hour because the amount of work they had, they required a degree and I had the experience. They didn't follow up with me, and then I reached out to them and I said, well, hey, did I do wrong in the interview? The HR girl told me, hey, they said you were asking for a little bit too much money. They was actually looking for somebody to work for like $13 or $14 an hour. And this is very common. This is very common unless you are working like in STEM or you are like a software app developer or something like that. It's gonna be hard for you to find a job in corporate. And again, those jobs are very segregated because when you really have to know somebody to get some of those jobs. And like I said, I know so many people who move here from out of state. They was making good money in their other state and they came here thinking it was gonna be the same situation. And some of those people had to start off at jobs making like $12 or $14 an hour as a college educated person. So I suggest if you're moving to Georgia, please have your job squared away. Don't think that you're just gonna come here and find a job off rip just because you have a degree and experience. It doesn't work like that. Number 5, the STD and STI rate is ridiculous. Okay, y'all, Georgia got some beautiful people, some fine ass women, but if you come here, you're gonna have to strap up, maybe even twice. Because the STD and STI rate here is ridiculously high. And the new like HIV and STD rates, it's like astronomical. I actually know a few people who work in healthcare, and they said like the amount of times they have to tell people, of their positive status, it's like heartbreaking. So have fun, definitely be safe, but yeah, it's not a city where you want to be just wilding out, having fun. So you definitely have to stay protected. I'm not going to necessarily say dating sucks here because it's kind of like people are people wherever you go. But yeah, just definitely strap up twice living here in Georgia. Number 6, crazy weather. You genuinely don't know what the weather is gonna give. Like I have a few people that just recently moved here and they're just like, dude, I don't even know how to dress. I wake up, it's hot. By noon, it's a thunderstorm. By 5 o'clock, it starts to get windy. Georgia's weather is so unpredictable. This is a state where you really have to watch the news, because it could be raining, thundering, and then 2 hours later it's hot as hell. Or you could wake up and it could be freezing cold, and then by noon it's hot, and then by 6 p.m. it's like, I don't know, scattered shower. It's just like you have like 4 or 5 different temperature changes sometimes in a day. It's just crazy. So definitely be aware of that. Yes, we call it Hotlanta, but the weather is crazy, and it's like tripolar, not even bipolar, it's tripolar. And number 7, the traffic. I know all major cities have like really bad traffic, but Georgia's traffic has gotten progressively worse, to the point where like a lot of us who live in Georgia, our car insurance has gone up, because I think they said, if I'm not mistaken, Georgia is number 1, and I might be wrong, but I think Georgia is number 1 for highway fatalities. So yeah, your insurance is gonna go up living in here in Georgia, depending on the type of car you drive, the color of your car, all of that factors in. Like, I remember I moved 10 minutes from my old place, and my insurance went up $13. And I was just like, why? And they said, oh, because the area you live, it's just some craziness. And like the same places I used to go 5 to 10 years ago that I could jump in my car and be there in 20 minutes, it's taking you like 40 minutes to an hour now. It is. The highways, the streets, it's just always packed. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, the traffic sucks. You will need a car here in Georgia. FYI, you will need a car. So don't even move here thinking that you don't need a car. You're gonna need a car. This is not New York where you could like rely on, you know, Ubers and Lyfts and stuff like that. I mean, if you live in downtown Atlanta and maybe like Midtown Buckhead, you could probably survive, but Georgia is a place where you need a car. All right, y'all, so that was it. 7 reasons why I don't think you should move to Georgia. Again, I don't want to sound like a hater. I do live in Georgia part-time, but like, yeah, hopefully some changes happen, because Georgia was a really cool place to live. And yeah, I just don't want to lie to y'all and just make it seem all peachy clean about living here in Georgia. All right, make sure you comment, let me know what you guys think, subscribe, like, and I'm gonna have more videos coming for y'all. Okay, peace out.